How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Metroplex Bass Addicts video. This video is going to be from Lake Fork. It's actually going to be part one of a two-part series. We were out with Mike McFarland, one of the most well-known Lake Fork guides there is. This past weekend, I believe it was Saturday, July 5th. Yeah, Saturday, July 5th. We were out with him for a full day of fishing. You know, we know Fork well, and we do really well out there most of the time in most of our tournaments, but you know, you're never good enough that you can't learn something else. We realize that, and we still have a lot to learn. So, especially about summer fishing, and you know, we figured what better way to learn how to catch them in the summer and get a little bit more confidence in that than go out with a really well-known and trusted guide on one of our favorite lakes. So, this is part one, like I said, of a two-part series. We caught enough fish during the day that we decided to split it into two videos. So shout out to Mike for putting us on the fish and for being just a great guide and a great guy to talk to and a great teacher. You know, absolutely awesome experience with him. If you're not familiar with him, check him out. You know, I'll leave a link to his channel and everything down in the description. But just A+ guy, A+ guide, and we were very grateful that he took us out and taught us how to catch them a little bit better in the summertime. So we're going to get into it. Y'all be sure and stay tuned, and we'll see you at the end. Giant?
Nope. What? Why? I think I like it.
Falls them out. So I'm so good at knowing those fallout spots. I wish to God this lake would do it. I want them to have dam problems. Yes, please. Someone go screw the dam and do something to it. Lower this thing 6 feet. I had 149 bass that year over 8 pounds. There he is. Sure. Chunky little one. It's in the nursery. We're fishing the nursery right now. We gave him the nursery bait. Appreciate it, Mike. Yep. What happens is the lake gets overpooled. They gotta dump it. So they flush it. So they flush it like a garbage can. What is this? For real? Hey, listen, we don't even kiss this kind. We don't kiss adolescent. So you asked the perfect question. You talked about a point. So here is our underwater point, right here. See it? Right? I'm coming right here. Okay. That's the underwater point. On the south side and the north side, we have shell. That's indirect wind, south wind blowing in on it. Okay, so your points, underwater submerged points, can have that big shell on the left and right, north and south type deal. That's not the juice of it. If you'll actually notice that this is in this little saddle. Do you see the saddle here? See how this has like a saddle? It's real subtle. Okay, it's the back side, but you see how the bow in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That little saddle. There's a little saddle here. Let me zoom out. There's a couple more. Look over here. See these little tiny saddles? You've got like a ridge, a ridge, a ridge, a ridge. It's got a saddle. It's got a saddle.
Yeah.
Right. Here's one of the best ones. If you watch right here where we are in this point, when the south wind's blowing in here, you see this saddle right through here?
Mm-hmm.
See the saddle? That saddle collects plankton because it defers the wind right there up. Kicks it up, right? So as that current's coming across out here, this little saddle right here will collect plankton. Same thing, north winds blowing right in here. I'm going to put the cursor on this. I want you to see this. This right here is a shell bed. You can see that north wind blows across this point, and it's just the smallest little ridge right there. Do you see that tiny little ridge?
Yeah.
That ridge right here is what makes the deflection of that current. And this right here collects plankton. So anywhere you can kind of take a look, like right here's, I bet you if we graph right in this little pockety area right there is probably shell. And I know on my marks here, I don't have them marked everywhere, it is shell. Okay. So when you're looking at your study, you want to go find shell, know the depth range that the big shell comes in, 12 to 16 foot. You know, you're not going to find it out here in these deep ridges. This is 38, 40. So know the range. This is the deep stuff, these 2022s. But that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm looking for is something that defers or flares that current. North wind's blowing. You can see right in this area right here is where you're going to probably find that current and that shell, that north wind's pushing in on that point. Okay. And if you come over here to this sonar, which is a little easier to use, that is the north point that I just pointed to here. When I was pointing here, talking about shell, that's this shell right here. North winds.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to that. We're going to go to that right now. That's where we're going now. Let's fish some of that, see what happens. Come on, babe. There's a big one. There's a good one. There's
Get out of the way.
Comes a good one. Keep your head up. I thought you were on the football jig, so I was thinking it was big. That's what I thought. Nice little fish.
Hey, that might not.
That's a keeper. Yeah, I want to see if that's a keeper. Skinny long. Skinny long little feller.
Terrible one. That was right after I got bit too, so that's a good sign. Yeah. I like this kind of. I hate brush pile fishing. That's why. Hopefully we can.
We're gonna just show you brother how we're fishing a lot right now. Normally I am squeezing too much Normally I'm fishing a lot of brush piles right now, but normally we're also 90 something degrees.
That might be the same fish I have back to cast.
Here's what I will tell you that's really good right now. This is the first day that they're getting in the shell this heavy. We're actually getting yeah. Everything's been up, and it's starting to come out. I think that's, I noticed it. Yeah, I noticed it a couple days ago. Moving out. Got it. Well, there's two ways to find the timing. Number one, don't move.
Right.
Camp like a deer stand. Give it what it gets you.
Yeah.
The other, what I've been adapting, but I've got a lot of homework. I got the milk run, so I can go to the next spots over and over again.
Right.
I call it 20-minute rule. Go on the spot for 20 minutes this time of year. If it's shell oriented or structure oriented or brush pile oriented, 20 minutes. If you're not bid, you're out.
Right.
If you're bid at the 18th minute, there's 20 more minutes. If you're bid at the 19-minute 59 seconds, 20 more minutes. Every time you're bid, restart the clock. And that's what we're doing here. Hang your bit, restart the clock.
Do you do the same thing with brush piles? Or is it a little, because I know sometimes the brush piles, it can just be 3 or 4 fish living in them versus a big school.
Right. So what I do is, what I've learned with brush piles, I was doing that with brush piles, but now we have live scope. If I'm brush piling, I just scope. If there's no fish, we're out.
Yeah.
And I watch what the fish are doing real quick. I don't want them to get used to the live scope, because they'll get smart on it. One of these is going to be big. Go on the way somewhere.
No, he's just strong.
So healthy. Oh, got to tear up the worm.
Yeah. And my fingers. You guys? Oh, he's cupping them again. On your boat. Gotta love technology.
Tell you what, I got my new boat waiting. got the Quest, and I can't wait.
Yeah. Do you get a new boat every year? Or do you
Every year or two, I try to go at the least. I mean, at the most, I go 2 because of hours.
Yeah. How many hours would you say you put it on the motor in a year?
100 to 170. I think the most I put on in Texas was 184 hours in 1 year. Come on, big. A big bite there. Where Willie's gonna be big. Come on, baby. Willie's gonna be a biggie coming in.
I don't know, maybe.
All the little guys moving
It's a
out.
little bit bigger than the ones I've been catching, but still not.
Getting a good camera angle.
Yeah. They jumped right in front of the camera.
I mean, with him right. These are good under somewhere.
Yeah.
Right there.
Not the best release, but
I get a bait in November that is probably the best bite I get all year long, to be honest with you, for one reason only. It's consistent.
Yeah.
It's the same pattern every day, every time I go. And the rest of the year is, like I mentioned earlier, it's so different all the time from day to day. The wind blows out of the east. Tomorrow it blows out of the north.
Yeah.
Next day it blows out of the south. And then Friday it starts blowing on you in the north. It switches to northeast. It switches to east northeast. Then it switches to east southeast. Then it switches to I don't know if you noticed it, but 2 days ago we literally went all 4 directions in 1 day. Just started out south, then it swung southeast, then it went east southeast, then it went north, then it came back south, then it was southwest. We had me in 360 direction all day.
yeah.
Great spot.
We found it this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it the most when it's north blow.
Okay.
When the north wind blows in on it.
Like a gentle north wind like this.
No, this is a southeast wind.
Or yeah, but I guess this
Yes.
speed.
Yes, sir. 6:50 a.m. There she is. There she is. Come on. Oh, wow. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep coming, don't stop. Yeah.
Go.
Hell yeah.
There we go. What a weird hook set too. Yeah. Was she just out here to the left?
She's not even done yet, so watch it. She's gonna want to go. She can get the snow through. You weren't going nowhere, were you, girl? Come on. Don't break it off.
Yeah. That shit wasn't coming off.
How'd she hit the engine?
Oh, like a freight train.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still not done. You came in with full fire in your panties. Watch it. She's still fire.
Yeah. Put that
Little
right
4, maybe 5
Yeah.
pounder.
Cover on 4.
Ah! Don't let her go. Shellbeds, baby. Shellbeds. 5
She's got a gut.
5 pounds, 5 ounces, or
5 pounds, 5 ounces. Hang on now, I need to pick. Don't throw it back
Yeah.
yet.
Alrighty, and real quick before we actually go into the actual outro, guys, just wanted to tell you guys about this. This day, like I said in the intro, was July 5th of this year, 2025. Was when we did this guide trip and filmed this video and the one that'll come out next week. This coming weekend, July 12th, we have a tournament on Lake Fork, part of the North Texas Bass Opens Trail. We fished 2 of their tournaments before. We fished one on Boat Ark last year. It was the first tournament ever held on Boat Ark, and then our very first tournament this year was one of theirs. It was their open on Squaw Creek that we got second in. We didn't know that tournament was going to be on Fork until 2 or 3 weeks ago. Last year, like I said, they did their summer open on Boat Ark, and so we just kind of assumed it would be there. So when we were at the Bassmaster Classic, if you guys watched our Bassmaster Classic videos, you know we interviewed Mike McFarland there, and we actually ended up booking this guide trip right around that time, like a couple days after the Classic, for originally June 28th, and then we had to reschedule for July 5th. But at the time, we did not know that we would have the tournament on Fork July 12th, the weekend after, because we didn't know it was going to be on Fork. We thought it was going to be on Boat Arc. But once I talked to the tournament director, I had asked if they were going to still do the Boat Arc tournament this summer because we were looking forward to it. They said they were actually going to do it on Fork this year. So literally the day of our guide trip, as soon as we got off the water, I texted the tournament director for North Texas Bass Opens on Facebook, and I just asked him, I told him everything. I told him exactly everything I just told y'all. Told him we were out on the water with Mike McFarland, and that I understand if Ian and I understand if they didn't want us to fish the tournament because we were out with a guide on the lake the week before. But he did say that they have they don't have an off limits rule or anything, and he said that we're good to go and we can fish and there's no problem. So we will be fishing the tournament because he said it was okay to do so and that we didn't violate any rules. But we just wanted to reach out and make sure that that was okay, and just let you guys know so that way in 2 weeks from now, when you see our video fishing the tournament on Lake Fork, if it goes well, you're not wondering why we were fishing a tournament on a lake that we were out with a guide the week before. So we did text the tournament director. We did get the okay. No cheating going on here, but just wanted to be transparent about that. And yeah, let's get into the outro. All right, everyone. So as you guys saw, really great start to the day with Mike. I think in all of those clips, we only fished a total of like 2, maybe 3 shellbed points. And we caught all those fish off just those 2 or 3 shellbed points in the first probably hour to hour and a half of the day. It was pretty fast and furious there to begin the morning, which we really, really appreciated. And, you know, it was really great of Mike to kind of do a little segment for us, you know, breaking down how to find shellbed areas on the map and then take us immediately after that to where he was talking about, and we started catching them. So really great to see that. He definitely knows what he's talking about. Like I said, y'all be sure and check him out. I'll have the links to all of his channels and social medias and stuff in the description, or you can just look up on YouTube, The Lake Fork Guide, Mike McFarland. Check him out. He has a public channel, and then he's got a members-only channel that you can subscribe to get a little bit more information about Lake Fork. And then I believe he has another private channel called Let's Talk Fishing, which is just him teaching about bass fishing in general, that you can subscribe to as well. It's pretty cheap. It's really worth it. Ian and I are members, and it pays for itself for sure. Not just because, you know, he's giving up goods on what's going on at Lake Fork, but just overall learning about bass fishing. So we really appreciate Mike. It was a great start to the morning, like I said, and y'all will have to tune in next week to the second video to kind of see how the day progressed from there. But this one was a great one to film. The entire day was great. Appreciate you guys watching this first part. Like I said, be sure and stay tuned next week for the second part of this series, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
I got the bread and I got the juice. I got some dogs and I let them loose. Bring in the storm and this ain't the Zeus. Walk in the skies but this ain't the loop. This ain't the cruise. We ain't the same, you ain't have a clue. I'm in the game and untouchable, cause I got the flame and this is the proof. Loading my tote, I still want all the smoke. We ain't talking about jokes, we just talking about more. I see